Hello world and welcome to Elevated Intuition. Today we are doing a pick a card reading for a yes or no question. Whatever yes or no question that you have on your mind, I have 6 options for you in this particular reading, but if you have more or none of these look inviting to you, I will paste a link right now for my other yes or no pick a card readings. It's also possible for you to ask more than one yes or no question, 2 out of here, another one out of another, whatever you feel like you want to do. That's up to you. So the way that yes or no questions work with tarot, first of all, tarot is actually a very terrible way to get yes or no answers. I do have a strategy for it. There are ways, and obviously when you pick your card or deck here, which I'll be telling you what decks are what here in a moment, you'll see my strategy for doing those yes or no questions. But in general, that's not the best way to get a yes or no answer, because tarot is like that friend that you call up and you ask, hey, do you want to do dinner tonight? And you're on the phone with them for 45 minutes talking to them about what their cat is doing, and you still don't have an answer for that yes or no question. Now, with my strategy here, we're going to get cut more to the chase, but usually tarot has more to say about your question than just yes or no. And you will see that in the solutions, I say that with air quotes, the solutions that I provide on each one of these. So I'm going to let you know what each one of these decks are. The first deck, this is called the Reverie Tarot. I generally don't use it in reverse, but for yes or no questions, I need to shuffle them in reverse, and I've done a lot of shuffling already. For question number 2, that's this one over here, very vivid. This is the Lisa Frank Tarot. Now, Lisa Frank doesn't actually have a tarot. Somebody put some cards together. I actually have a video on how you can get your own, and this is a much smaller deck than the other ones because it's just the majors. It's just the major arcanas, but I feel like we can get an answer from that too. For group number 3, this is the Mystic Garbage Tarot, and I believe I've never used this deck. We'll see what happens because it's got some spicy images, so I might have to blur out the whole reading. We'll see. Number 4, this is the Ethereal Visions Illuminated Tarot deck. Number 5, now we've gone to some really whimsical decks, but this is a serious deck. This is the Jungian Tarot. So it's based off of, well, at least the meanings are based off of Carl Jung. So there we go. And then finally, rounding them out, this is the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot. So just take a moment. If you need to, close your eyes, think about your question, open your eyes, and then go with wherever your eye is drawn. Set the intention here that you're going to hear what you need to hear, that you're going to get the answers that you need to get. And the timestamps are down below in the description as to where you can go to get your answers. Group number 1, the Reverie Tarot, it matches our, the colors, matches our numbers, so our yes or no question. The answer is yes, and it's interesting we have the 2 of Swords here because this seems like it might be something that you have been contemplating, going back and forth, yes or no on this. The 2 of Swords is about a choice. It's about kind of sitting on the fence and not making that hard choice or that hard decision that you know you need to make. It might be hard because you have, you know, there's a lot of things involved. There might be other people involved that are telling you one thing, but it's about going with your heart. So there we go. Yes, go with your heart. There's victory for you. And then we have also the Wheel of Fortune. I did shuffle this deck, so we have reversals, but everything looks really positive for you. The Six of Wands is about a victory. You saying yes here is a victory. Other people are noting this victory. When I was talking about this decision, like other people might be involved, and that's why you've been sitting on the fence and not making the yes decision, not following your heart, not going where you know you need to go, not doing what you know you need to do. Maybe it does require some work on your end. But when I was saying that, you know, it's a lot of times it's possible because somebody's in your head saying something that is kind of knocking you off your game, and you're listening to that, but you're not sure, and you think that they might have good advice, but you know, it's that kind of like back and forth, that ebb and flow. It doesn't really matter. In the end, you are going to be successful. So either that person who is like naysaying your decisions, they kind of like fall off on the wayside, where other people are like, yeah, good for you for doing that, good for you for saying yes, good for you for making this decision and going down this path. Either that person gets drowned out by all of the other people who are, you know, showing up for your victory. This is a victory here. This is a victory lap, victory dance. It's also, Wands is a suit of action. You're taking action after sitting on the fence for a while. Or you win that person over, you show them, you prove to them, because this is, you don't necessarily see it in this card, but sure, you know, this is a victory lap. This is you on your horse. This is you like, yes, I've been vindicated. And then the Wheel of Fortune. This is a major arcana card. It's a major energy. I feel like this decision helps break you out of a cycle. Wheel of Fortune is a really interesting card. It can talk about karma. It is your time. It can talk about luck. But when we have it upright with all of these other cards too, and you saying yes to your destiny, it is you standing up and you choosing your own luck. You are, it's like Jesus take the wheel kind of thing, because you're trusting in the universe to help you out here, but you've also done all the right things to get yourself here. You don't even need Jesus to take the wheel. You're taking the wheel of your own life. You are controlling it, but it's that much better because the universe is acting with you. The universe is pushing this decision in your favor. Everything is favorable here. Everything is favorable and in your favor. The Six of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. You just need to take action. You need to make that decision and you need to follow your path. This is fated. It is fated. This is for you. It's meant for you. It's all yours, baby. So that's what I have for you, Group 1. I hope that you have a fantastic day. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you in the next reading. Group number 2, are you here with a question, or you just want to see this Lisa Frank deck? Are you an 80s baby? That's what I want to know. So I'm just going to close my eyes, cut the deck. Your yes or no question. Yes. We have a yes on here. You may be consulting the cards at the moment because this yes or no question is going to bring in a change. But look at this beautiful change. I love this Lisa Frank deck. So many colors, so beautiful, so vivid. And I mean, it even makes death look good, doesn't it? But in tarot, death is about change, and your yes is a change. Let's see what the cards have to say about this. Okay, we've got the Empress reversed and we've got the Hangman, who is actually upright, but the Hangman looks reversed when he is upright. That's the charm of our Hanged Man, or in this instance, our Hanged Koala. So this is a change. I feel like you're putting yourself first. You are probably somebody who other people really look to. You're probably somebody who everybody else, you know, because you step up for everybody else, and it's time to step up for yourself. You can create abundance, and you have done that for other people. You are a muse. There's a muse energy here with the Empress, but when we have have the Death and your yes here, and we've got the Empress reversed. This is you putting yourself first. It's not about you putting other people first, which is usually what the Empress is about. You can't pour from an empty cup. It's your turn. It's your turn to, you know, embrace this yes, to go in the direction of change. Now, I feel like when we have the Hangman here, this is not a decision that you've come to lightly. Even if you picked the Lisa Frank deck, even if you are consulting yes or no questions here on the internet, the Hangman suggests that you have looked at this situation. There is a certain amount of directions and certain amount of choices to be made here with the Hangman. But it indicates that you have taken a second to think about this. You have thought about this. And when the Hangman is such a super interesting card. First of all, in the Rider-Waite deck, the imagery is really kind of weird. Sometimes it talks about, why can I never remember this? It talks about people who have been crucified in reverse, because that's kind of the image that's on there. There's an apostle that was crucified in reverse because Jesus was crucified upright, and he did not want, he was not Jesus, so he wanted to be, I think it was Paul, he wanted to be crucified upside down. And so then there is a certain amount of thought that is brought in with the Hangman. However, at the time that the deck was created, spiritual advisors, spiritual people, spiritual beings were doing like yoga, or they were standing on their head for enlightenment. And that is kind of the takeaway here, is that you have, and it's really an interesting juxtaposition here with the Empress in reverse too. It talks about having a new perspective that, and I almost kind of feel like with the Empress that, you know, there's that old saying like, teach a man to fish, and or give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. I feel like you've been giving people fish. You have been doing things for them. And it's time for you to step back and let them do things for themselves, because you have your own journey to go on. You have your own enlightenment. And I think you know, the Hangman talks about taking a pause. It talks about thinking things over. It talks about really looking at things maybe from a different perspective. And that, yes, it's so wonderful to be giving to others. And of course, we want to do that. But at this time, maybe backing away from other people is the best course, and really considering yourself, considering what you want to do, considering your yes, considering what is yes for you, considering the path ahead of you. And it probably is a departure, and it probably is a change from things before you. And you might get a little bit of feedback and a little bit of flack for it, because people love when you do things for them. But I feel like there's an element of some tough love in here. Just what I'm saying, so you let me know. Now, if you are just here for the Lisa Frank cards, in the description I have my full Lisa Frank video and how you can get these cards printed for yourself. Otherwise, good luck, my dear. It does look very powerful. This is a very powerful decision. It feels like it is very connected to finally putting yourself first. And it is not something that you've come to on a whim. You've put some you put some thought into this, as you should. So good luck, number 2, with your yes. I hope that you have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for being here with me. yes or no questions here for our group number 3 and our Mystic Garbage Tarot, which is really a fun deck. I'm just going to cut the deck in half and then we're just going to pull off the top. And the answer here is a no, and we have the 5 of Cups. Let's see what other information we can glean. Okay, 3 of Swords, and we've got the 2 of Cups reversed. This is a no. I almost feel like this might be a situation where you're asking about getting together with an ex, something like that. The 5 of Cups is an energy where this is a really interesting card. But it definitely encompasses the 5 of Cups. I just wanted to show you what it looked like upright so you get an idea. The 5 of Cups is kind of looking in the past and looking at kind of crying over spilt milk. And you're ignoring the beautiful future ahead of you. And I feel like the best way for you to get to that beautiful future is to say no to the situation. This is the same old situation that can break your heart. We've got the 3 of Swords. I love the energy in this particular 3 of Swords where it's kind of like, you know what, love? No. But it certainly talks about a broken heart, and all of these cards are about a broken heart. The 2 of Cups reversed, the 3 of Swords. Sometimes somebody sneaks into our DMs and is like, hey, do you want to get back together? Do you want to talk? You know, no. We need to listen to Miley Cyrus, that Flowers song that she has, Buy Your Own Flowers, and the Taylor Swift, we are never ever getting back together. You know why? Because you deserve better than this. You deserve better than this energy. I mean, you even deserve better than this this middle finger to love right here. You don't just come to this middle finger to love. You aren't just flipping off this middle finger to love. This is caused because of some heartbreak. And we've got 2 Cups cards and the Swords cards. Swords is about, you know, Swords, the suit is about communication, but the underlying energy in the Swords is, it's usually a heart with some swords poked through it. It's heartbreak. So all of this is about heartbreak, and it's all telling you that you need to move on. You need to move forward. The great thing with the 5 of Cups in reversed, the energy is moving out of looking behind you. And I kind of feel like this 3 of Swords and this 2 of Cups in reverse is about, is that kind of thing that you're dwelling on in the past, that heartbreak. And there are strategies to release heartbreak. There's strategies to move on, to move forward. First of all, I feel like the first strategy here is telling people no, putting up that boundary that you are not, you know, you need to stand your ground. You're not going to harm me anymore. I'm not going to allow you to come in and break my heart anymore. Boundaries are one of those things. Like, we teach people how to treat us, and we do that with our boundaries. If somebody knows that they can just contact you whenever they want to, whenever it's convenient for them, drop into your life and then, you know, ghost you the next moment, and then 6 months, 3 months, a year from now, they'll do it again. They'll just keep doing it until you enforce that boundary. So this is a big no. Enforce your boundaries. Put yourself first. 2 of Cups. I love the 2 of Cups energy when we have a relationship reading, because it's 2 people who are in love and communicating. But when we have it in reverse, you know, that's not good. That is one person putting in 100%, not 2 people putting in 100%. And I feel like you have been putting in way, way, way too much energy into this connection, into this relationship. If this is not a love connection, it could also be a work relationship, because there are more things than just love that hurt us or break our hearts. So this is a put yourself first, say no, no apologies. You don't owe anybody an explanation. You can just say no and be firm. Don't worry about people liking you. It's not about being liked. It is about being who you are, protecting yourself, and being powerful. The most important person about who should like you is you, okay? And when you put up boundaries and you protect yourself and you put yourself first, that is real self-love. So that's what I have for you, group 3. I hope that you have a fantastic day. I hope this was helpful. Let's, let's put up some boundaries. We're gonna say no, and good for you. Good for you. I'm gonna be the first person to congratulate you for saying no and putting yourself first. Group number 4, the Ethereal's Vision Tarot, where I'm just going to cut the deck right here, and then we're just going to deal right off the top. And the answer to our yes or no question, we get the 6 of Swords upright. This is a yes. So I almost feel like this is a yes to moving away from something, to moving away from, well, let's get some more cards here. We get the 4 of Wands, and we get the 9 of Cups. So yeah, this is moving toward your dreams, moving towards stability. We're letting go of the past. We're only taking with us what is important. A lot of times we have our family in this boat in the 6 of Swords. Right now we just have swords. Sometimes it's release of certain ideas. It can be release of ideas that, maybe they're political. Maybe there's something toxic about those ideas. Maybe, but it's something that has been holding you back. You are saying yes to your future. You are saying yes to you. You are saying yes here with the 6 of Swords, and we're moving away from something that's been holding you back, because look at the beautiful, beautiful things that we have for you. We've got the 4 of Wands. 4 of Wands is a celebration. I feel like this might be yes to a social occasion. This might be yes to going to a wedding or a baby shower or a reunion of some sort. That would be what the 4 of Wands would be, but this might be just yes about getting together with friends and family, or maybe even just a networking type of an event. The 6 of Swords would indicate that maybe you wouldn't always say yes to going to this, but it's going to be great for you. The 9 of Cups means that it's everything and anything that you could want from this yes. It is being very satisfied with what you're doing, where you're going. This yes is a big screaming yes. Also, 4 of Wands is a card. So Swords, a card of communication, a card of ideas. Well, a suit of communication and ideas. Wands is a suit of action. So we're taking this action, even though you're seeing the action here in the 6 of Swords, you're seeing the movement in the 6 of Swords. Wands is about action. It's about creativity. It is about, so there's some really good things here with this yes, and movement with this yes. And then Cups is a suit of emotions. So it feels good too. Like you think that this is going to be a good idea, a little bit maybe out of your comfort zone to say yes here. The end result is going to be really great for you. So big yes here for group number 4. Number 5 here, we get the Jungian Tarot. Say that 5 times fast. Okay, so I'm just going to close my eyes. Because the thing is, I know that this card is reverse. I don't want anything from my conscious, subconscious mind to, we're just going to, I don't want to see if it's reversed or not as I cut the deck here. And your first card here, yes, it is reversed, but so the answer is no. Answer is no to your question, and we have that is the King of Swords. Look, a lot of swords energy here. This is also reverse. This is the Nine of Swords reversed. That's actually good. And then we get the Ace of Cups reverse. So I feel like, oops, I just put that deck over there and on a pile and it fell. Sorry about that. I said that the Nine of Swords reverse is a positive sign. Nine of Swords is about anxiety, negative thinking. In the Rider-Waite deck, it's actually, if you remember Romeo and Juliet, spoiler alert, you've only had hundreds of years to read this. They're two teenagers that are in love and they end up, I think they both commit suicide. They both end up dead by the end of it. She thinks that Romeo is dead and then she stabs herself, and the Nine of Swords is supposed to be that. So it's supposed to be like that heartache, that sorrow. All she needed to do was wait till dawn. He wasn't really dead. She didn't need to do that. And I kind of feel like this no is all you need to do is wait. I get that you're not happy where you are. That's what the Ace of Cups is talking about. The Cups is a suit of emotions. So when we have the Ace of Cups in reverse, I kind of feel like you want a new beginning here because you're not happy where you are. You're going to find it. I feel like both of these cards are kind of like, just wait. You've got this. The first thing to do is to say no. Stand firm. I feel like there needs to be a measure of logic that needs to come in here. I think you're very emotionally attached to this. And we need to take a moment, take a step back, take a breath. We need to release the anxiety. Because I feel like there's a lot of fears in here as well with you saying no. But what really is going to happen, the King of Swords is somebody who takes control of things. It's time for you to take control. And you don't owe anybody an explanation. I think I said this with my other no's in here. You can say no with no explanation. It doesn't matter. If you want to give one, that's fine. But that just opens the door for somebody to argue with you and maybe upset you a little bit more, maybe invite themselves into a conversation that they really weren't invited into. You can say no. It's time to assert your power. And especially the power over yourself. As far as the, feeling good about this decision, I feel like that will come. It will come as soon as you start releasing the fears and start asserting yourself and start looking at things through the lens of logic. There's some emotional attachments here when we've got the Ace of Cups reverse, where your emotions, because even the Swords cards, even though it's about, like, Swords is the suit about thoughts, Swords is the suit about, you should be logical. Like the King of Swords here is telling you should be logical. I mean, he's coming in here, but he's coming, the reversal here is just to tell you no and to stand in your power. Like, take back control of the situation. Kings are in control. And when we need to just really release the negative energy, the negative feelings about this, and the negative thoughts and the negative anxiety. And what I was going to say and where I was going with this Nine of Swords energy is even though this is a suit of logic, there is an underlying level of emotions that is feeding those fears, that is feeding that logic. It's kind of with that Romeo and Juliet thing. Like, she was not big logical in that moment. She just needed to say no and hold on for a second and wait for the universe to correct itself. Wait for things to work themselves out. You can't control other people. You can only control yourself. And even then, we make a lot of decisions that we can't control, and if we have like addictions or things like that is what I'm saying. So you need to step up and take control of your own energy, your autonomy, say no, and then we're going to align the rest of this. We're going to let go of fears. We're going to look at things through a lens of logic. And then once we start doing that, then the emotions will come back. The emotions will, because right now it feels like there's a lot of turmoil, and it feels like there's a lot of, you probably don't want to say no. For whatever reason. I think it's better for you if you do. You assert yourself, you assert your power. But whenever we're asked a question, I think we'd like to say yes. But you're doing this for your own well-being, basically. You need to put yourself and your well-being first. So that's what I have for you, Group 5. I really hope this is helpful, and I hope that you have a fantastic day. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next reading. Group number 6, our Golden Art Nouveau Tarot with our yes or no question. I'm just going to cut the deck, and then we are going to deal off the top. So the answer here is a no, because we have, this is Judgment, and we have Judgment in reverse. Let's get a little bit more information. We have 10 of Cups in reverse, and we have Temperance. So Temperance talks about balance. Temperance talks about having one foot on the ground and one foot in the water, the kind of like that balance. But that's our dipping our toes kind of into our emotions here, gaining that stability. It's interesting too, because there is, and you can kind of see it on this card, but not really. On her tunic here, there is a triangle. It can represent a couple things. Maiden, Mother Crone, or the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. That's where I went blank on that. It's also the alchemic symbol for fire, the upward facing triangle. So we've got earth, water, fire. She's got wings that would be air. So there's a balance between that. But there's also a balance kind of like between those stages of life with the Mother, Maiden, Crone, or the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, where God is kind of in the middle of that, and that's over her heart. Basically, we're talking about balance. I said it was interesting because I was thinking about the Father, Son, Holy Spirit in relation here to this Judgment card, which comes in reverse to say no. It's interesting that, one, as it relates to what I was just talking about, that this is a very kind of religious thing as well. We've got the Archangel Gabriel blowing the horn and people coming back, the resurrection here, leveling up. So a lot of interesting religious information kind of in these two cards, and it's interesting that they both come out. When I see Judgment, though, I mean, the card is called Judgment, and it is saying no. It's using your best judgment to say no to this situation that you are not fully prepared for, maybe. And I'm just saying prepared for with the Judgment. Maybe it's not your time. Maybe you're not ready for that. We get the 10 of Cups reversed. 10 of Cups, it talks about, like, this is what most people would say that they would want. The happy family. But it's just a vision of that. So I feel like there's some sort of manipulation here for somebody to manipulate you into saying yes, that if you go with them, go with what they're saying, that this is going to be the end result for you. But I think you have a different vision. And I feel like you need to use your judgment into what your vision is for your future and what is going to be fulfilling for you. Because then we have the Temperance over here filling her own cup. You don't have to have somebody, again, I kind of feel like somebody might be manipulating you into some sort of relationship type thing, because you know, it's good for your future. Use your judgment. Fill your own cup. In a work type relationship, like you can be saying no to this job because you want to go out on your own and work on your own. That there are certainly some attachments here in this Ten of Cups that you're not ready for, or that you're not really interested in, and that's okay. Judgment, I'm just using this first card as a yes or no indication. So I kind of feel like you using your judgment helps you step up to that next level. So I would usually see judgment as a card where you're leveling up, where you are, you know, getting a promotion, where you're doing something that is a life thing where you're leveling up. You're going to the next level. There's infinite numbers of levels here in life. So it's whatever level is, you know, before you, but it is, again, use your judgment. You can say no, and it's okay to be this only person who believes in your vision. You're filling your own cup, and you can balance things out. It might be something that is pulling you too much in one direction too, and you have to say no to it for now, because it's not really right for you, or the direction that you want to go in. So Group 6, your answer is no. Use your judgment. You fill your own cup. You are somebody who can handle that. Don't worry about it. And that's what I have for you. So hope that you have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you in the next reading.